Hey, how's it going, guys? Just want to share with you guys my EO build. I feel like the EO build is a very fun dinosaur to play. It's very tanky, very strong, and I think that it's a very good herbivore uh, for like if you're a player that wants to be able to take part in some PvP, or if you just like to quest. It's a really nice dinosaur to be able to do both of those. It is slower, but I do want to share my build with you guys. And also, again, I've said this in the last video, but I want to thank you guys again for all the support on my videos. It's been really, really good, so I appreciate that. But let's just hop right into this. So first and foremost, let's start with the subspecies as we normally do. I run the plus 3% attack damage subspecies right now. They have changed with the Pounce update, which I forgot to mention. This is for the Pounce update in Path of Titans. But they changed the subspecies with the Pounce update. And I think this one used to be the speed version, and this one here used to be the defense version, and then this one here was the balanced, but they've now turned balanced into plus 3% attack damage. You want to go with this because as an Eotrike, you're pretty much running into battle, fighting and face tanking anything that comes your way. And I will talk a little bit more about that later when we talk about the abilities, but plus 3% attack damage is huge for being able to take down a target quickly. Also with the abilities that it has, one of the buffs that it has is, sharpen horns. It's its main ability buff, and it's very, very strong. And with this plus 3% attack damage, it'll help you melt the target and drop that target quicker. So jumping into the abilities, for the head slot, we have two different abilities. You have your headbutt, which is just your regular attack, and then you have the buff ability, which is called Sharpen Horns, which allows you to have a increased damage buff for 60 seconds. So this is a whole minute damage buff. This is something you want to activate before you go into any fight, or if something fights you and you know that you can get some hits on them, activate Sharpen Horns. It does have a bit of an animation time, so when you do hit it, you want to hit it before you start taking damage or before you start hitting the target. So know that you gotta hit it probably 2 to 3 seconds before actually engaging in any kind of conflict. For the senses, we have two different ones. If you're running into groups and you're playing with groups of people a lot, you want to run Stampede, because this increases your damage by 2.5 for each Ceratops in the group. It stacks up to 4 times. So if you're running with other herbivores, other Triceratops, things like that, you want to run this because it's increased damage. That's actually really big. But if you're not running in a group, as you can see, I've played my EO quite a bit solo so far. I might unlock this later, but Lone Survivor is what I run with because of the armor. You're kind of tanky as an EO and you get jumped sometimes by people, and the armor is really nice if you're not in a group. There's also, if you are in a group and your group member dies, Lone Survivor does kick in and will help you kind of try to survive if your group disbands because they die or something. So 10% increased armor is pretty nice. Also increased maneuverability when not in a group. So that movement is also very nice. I run Lone Survivor, but you can't really go wrong with either one. If you play a lot with groups, run Stampede, I would say. Front limb. Now, I haven't messed with the Stomp a lot. I've seen people talk about it, and based on what I see with the hitbox of the Eotrike's head attack, I really don't feel like you need Stomp. I feel like Balanced is better for being able to turn for especially bigger targets. A lot of the time with an Eotrike, you're going to be fighting a lot of bigger targets, things like T-Rexes, I feel like that improved turning for like if a Dasp is trying to get behind you, an Aloe, Suko, things like that, turning and being able to get your main damage output, which is your head, towards them is really nice. The Stomp kind of may help with like Raptors and maybe something smaller, but I really feel that Balanced is better for PvPing in Path of Titans, for me, at least the way that I play. So I recommend Balanced for your legs. For the diet here, just go herbivore. You can go forager if you like. I just don't like eating flowers all the time. Everything drains faster. Your food drains faster, and I'm pretty sure your water drains faster as well. But I do know your food drains a lot faster, and I already feel like you drain fast enough. So I just go herbivore because it's just easier to know where the plants are and get filled up. So that there's optional. I have a friend that runs an EO, and they find that the forager is way better. So that's optional. You pick whatever you like there. For the hide, we only have one hide, which is Resilient Scales, which increases the bleed and venom healing. For Pounce update, you'll notice that this does not have the Slick Scales. So you're going to have to deal with Raptors on a Triceratops. And I recommend being able to, hit your jump button, spam your jump button to shake the Raptors off. And as soon as you jump one off, try to, get it you know, take the fight. I guess when they're pounced on you, take it closer to the water so that maybe you could shake them off in the water and get some hits on them, or maybe you could shake them off into, you know, rocks and branches, things that they can't run away easily. They might get snubbed up on a branch or on a rock. It'll help you fight raptors a little bit easier. I know a lot of EOs are having trouble with raptor groups right now. Try not to fight out in the open against raptors, because this will help with the bleed healing, but you don't have slick scales, so they're going to be able to pounce on you. So it's noteworthy to, if you're fighting raptors, to do that. Otherwise, this here is really, really good against any kind of dinosaur that puts bleeding on. It's your only hide that you have, so just, you know, just equip it and run with that. And then last but not least, we have the legs. I run charged because if you sharpen horns, which is your buff over here that we were talking about, you sharpen horns, you have increased damage output for 60 seconds. It's a whole minute buff. You want to sharpen horns ideally, and you can do what they call a short charge. So you can be like 2 or 3 feet from the target that you're fighting and hit charge, and it does a massive amount of damage on its own. If you do sharpen horns before you enter the fight, it's going to increase the damage of charge, and it's going to really chunk the dinosaur. So if you're fighting like a T-Rex or something, you sharpen horns, you get up close to it, and then you hit charge, hit it with the charge, and then you just start spamming your normal attack on it, you're more than likely going to kill it. Charge is really good for that. It's also very good for trying to hit a target that tries to rest on you, like perhaps you're fighting an aloe, and you burn his stam out a little bit, and he kind of goes a little bit away from you to sit down. You might be able to like go his way and hit him with a charge while he's sitting. It's nice for hitting some of those targets, so definitely good to couple that with your sharpen horns ability. Strong legs is taking 40% less knockback and 15% increased bone break healing. The knockback's good against Pycnos and a couple other dinos, but the increased bone break healing, as a apex dino like the Eotrike is, you're not really trying to run from anything that bone breaks you. Like a T-Rex will come in, bone break you. You're not running from the T-Rex. You're not trying to. You're going to try to face tank it and kill it before it kills you. That's the whole point. So I don't really feel that strong legs is that big a deal. So definitely run charged. I think this is the best setup for the Eotrike. It's actually very simple. You have 3 abilities. One's a buff, one's a charge attack, and then you just have your regular spammable attack. And I do believe that this is a very good setup, especially for solo play. Like I said, the only thing I would change is if you're going to play in a group, run Stampede as your sense. That's probably the better option, but you can still run Lone Survivor in a group as well, in case your group dies, and then you'll have this to kind of try to survive. But Stampede is better in a group. Outside of that, that's what I run for my Eotrike build. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you guys want to stick around, I'll show you a few clips of my Eotrike in action, and just want to thank you guys for watching. Alright, peace.
And then someone was like, someone's like ranting about this in the comments, and then someone commented on that was like, what her I mean, it is, but so like character-wise, like Loba has officially kind of like become my least favorite character.
Get in on this, Corey. Buddy. Oh,
Hey, I just got here.
Do you want the trophy?
No, you can have it. You just called me out, saying white chicken.
He's caught. He's caught. He's caught. He's stuck.
I know, but I'm like half HP. You have to reflect it.
He's dead. Get the trophy. Get the trophy. Get the trophy before this little one does.